Screen Actors Guild files unfair labor practice charge against Epic Games Fortnite over AI Darth Vader. Well, I wasn't sure if they would do it or not, but it looks like they did. The Screen Actors Guild, the voice actors, they're upset over AI Darth Vader in Fortnite. They didn't get a cut of that money, so they're suing. So let's see what this story is exactly. Yep, so we know this. James Earl Jones' voice is being used via AI Darth Vader in the Star Wars Fortnite event. But the Screen Actors Guild, they don't seem to like that very much. And then this is just talking about the event. Yep, you can have Darth Vader and his funny AI voices and blah, blah, blah. We've covered this before. You've probably seen some funny clips of Darth Vader saying inappropriate things. But I want to get to the meat of this story. So all this only magnified concerns people had over using the late James Earl Jones voice. However, he had granted the right for his voice to be used with AI to voice Darth Vader forevermore in 2022. The news was reiterated after his death in September last year. Epic Games expressed their reverence. Yep. The family of Jones was also quoted stating James Earl felt that the voice of Darth Vader was inseparable from the story of Star Wars, and he always wanted fans of all ages to continue to experience it. So this is what James Earl Jones would have wanted, apparently. At least if I'm understanding this quote correctly. But the Screen Actors Guild is saying, no, you can't do that. We need to profit from James Earl Jones' voice. I think that's kind of what this story might be. We hope that this collaboration with Fortnite will allow both longtime fans of Darth Vader and newer generations to share in the enjoyment of this iconic character. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I'm just going to get out and say, I am all for this. I love Darth Vader. James Earl Jones even kind of wanted this. He wanted people, I mean, what he wanted was more people to experience Darth Vader with his voice. Like, he felt that they were synonymous. So he wanted his legacy to continue on. I don't know if he anticipated it being through AI like this, but he sold the rights for them to do this. So I'm curious what they're suing on and if they're going to get into that later. So what would be the end, right? Earl Jones consented for his voice to be used via AI, and his family and Epic Games both agreed to use it in Fortnite. Well, the Screen Actors Guild are saying, oh, they're trying to alter the deal. This is literally the Screen Actors Guild. Pray that I don't alter it any further. We celebrate the right of our members and their estates to control the use of the digital replicas and welcome the use of new technologies to allow new generations to share in the enjoyment of those legacies and renowned roles. However, we must protect our right to bargain terms and conditions around uses of voices that replace the work of our members. There it is. Hey, we're not making money. You're using the AI James Earl Jones. Well, one of us can kind of do that voice a little bit, not as well, but we can try to do it, and we should, because, you know, you need to pay us, right? Well, no, it turns out that AI is here to stay, and they actually don't need to pay you. There's other technology to replace you now. I mean, this is just a sad reality. Sorry, voice actors, artists. It's happening. It's coming for a lot of industries as well. I mean, it's only going to get worse, not better. But we're going to see this happening in more and more industries. People kicking and screaming, you know, unions trying to stop it, but it's only going to delay the inevitable. Including those who previously did the work of matching Darth Vader's iconic rhythm and tone in the video games. That's my point. They're saying, hey, you're using this AI. We have someone that can kind of do his voice pretty well. So use him. Yeah, you'll have to pay him a salary. Or not a salary, but, you know, you'll have to pay him for his service. That's kind of what's happening here. It's pretty obvious. People are using AI. Screen Actors Guild voice actors are upset. They're saying you can't do that because we're not making money from it. But I'm really not sure how this concludes. Fortnite's signatory company, Llama Productions, chose to replicate the work of human performers with AI technology. Unfortunately, they did so without providing any notice of their intent to do this and without bargaining with us over appropriate terms. As such, we have filed an unfair labor practice charge with NLRB against Llama Productions, the Screen Actors Guild revealed. The accompanying filing explains within the past 6 months, the employer, Llama Productions, Fortnite, by its agents and representatives, failed and refused to bargain in good faith with the union by making unilateral changes to terms and conditions of employment without providing notice to the union or the opportunity to bargain by utilizing AI-generated voices to replace bargaining unit work on the interactive program Fortnite. God, I hate unions. I mean, there's definitely places where unions are good, right? Like manufacturing shithole jobs where you can die and you can get serious injuries. There, I understand unions. Literally everywhere else, unions are just a scam. Unions are just a way for you to basically have your rights as an employee hindered upon based on what the president of the union dictates you are allowed to do. It's like having a second boss. Again, there are jobs where unions should exist. There are jobs where unions probably shouldn't exist. And I think voice acting is one of those. Let's see, what else do they have to say? The move didn't go over well on social media, as the video game voice actors strike is still going since July 2024. Yeah, them being on strike doesn't help. You're just basically saying, hey guys, replace me with AI faster, because I'm a pain in the ass to work with. That's basically what they're saying by going on strike. While the Screen Actors Guild released strict guidelines for the video game industry to use AI for video game voice acting, in January the same year, the strike, like, just reading this, like, seriously? The Screen Actors Guild released strict guidelines for the video game industry to use AI for video game voice acting. Like, we have to follow the Screen Actors Guild guidelines for how to use AI for voice acting in video games. This is why I hate unions. Like this right here. This is just hindering progress because they're not getting their money that they used to. They're upset that they're being replaced by AI. I mean, that's what it is. I can say it 1,000 different ways, but that's just what it is. The union claims gaming industry bigwigs could use actors' past performances for AI without telling or paying the actors in question. What? I don't think that's what happened. I mean, they clearly got permission from him, and they clearly struck a deal with James Earl Jones. Like, James Earl Jones is dead. So I don't know what they're talking about here. The strike has been going on so long, voice actors are being replaced in games such as Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin Impact. I heard about that drama, yep. And they should get replaced. Fuck them. If they're going to be this shitty, if they're going to be this hard to work with, then yeah. It's just going to accelerate AI's growth and development because they need it to replace voice actors even faster. They're doing it to themselves, like voice actors are. They're shooting themselves in the foot here. Instead of trying to coexist and work with AI, they're just trying to hinder it and making everyone hate them in the process. Oh, okay, let's see. What else? As such, some on social media took the filing by the Screen Actors Guild as a sign they are more interested in getting their share of the pay rather than protecting the careers of their own union members. I mean, those are kind of synonymous, let's be honest. Getting their share of the pay and protecting their career. Your career is where you get your pay from. So those are kind of synonymous. But I understand what he's trying to say. That, yes, from the outside in, you look, oh, they're just mad that they're not getting a cut of James Earl Jones's AI voice money. So they're kicking and screaming and trying to sue. I mean, yeah, that's what's happening. So that's totally understandable. Oh my god, they actually wrote this. YouTuber Madam Savvy Dismayed. They signed with AI companies without holding a vote after the Hollywood strike to ensure they got money from the AI companies. They're mad they aren't getting a cut. Is that what actually happened? They are trying to bully international companies into forcibly working with them, and they're trying to monopolize all this bullshit. If anyone had a spine, they'd cancel their Screen Actors Guild contracts. What a joke. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know who Madame Savvy is, but she's kind of right about these unions being a joke, especially when it comes to voice acting. Like, it's just the notion of having a union for voice acting is ridiculous to me. Again, if you're like working on a fucking oil drill, then yeah, you should be in a union. But outside of that, it's kind of ridiculous. I know James Earl Jones was a member of the Screen Actors Guild and a board member, but what excuse do you have to do this? He's dead. It is no longer a member. I mean, yeah, it's like, it is really weird that they're trying to do this over someone who's literally fucking dead. It's a dead man's voice. And they're saying, no, give us money. Give us money for that dead man's voice. It's so fucked up when you think about it. Let's see. Is there anything else that I want to really read here? I feel like I've gotten the whole meat of this article. Yeah, it's just people bitching about the unions. yeah, more people bitching about unions. I don't really care about reading random people's stuff on Twitter because they're all saying the same thing. I mean, it's kind of what I've been parroting in this video, is I think unions are bad for certain industries. Again, there are industries where there should be unions if there's serious risk of harm to your body or death. A lot of jobs, a lot of these jobs that men work, like I said, drilling, oil, construction, these things, sure, I understand if you want a union for these things. Manufacturing jobs where you're working with heavy machinery that could kill you, yes, that's understandable. But voice acting, really? And trying to use a dead man who used to be in your union to take money for the work that they're using his AI voice on is fucking absurd. Like, this is why more and more people are just gonna get even more sick of unions. People are gonna see this happening. See the horrible union like the Screen Actors Guild trying to get their grubby, greedy hands on dead James Earl Jones's AI voice. It's a really bad look. It's a really fucking bad look. But there wasn't actually much meat to this article. But yeah, long story short, Screen Actors Guild trying to sue them because they're not getting a cut of James Earl Jones, the deceased legendary James Earl Jones's AI voice in Fortnite. So, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm a new YouTuber, so subscriptions do go a long way. And thanks for watching. Peace.